welcome to the first Condomize Podcast. This is a platform that we created to sit down and be able to talk all things condoms. I mean, I think I'm already thinking how this platform will pan out with young people taking over and talking about their issues, getting into details about sex, about condoms. But before them, we need to start to lay the ground. So my name is Eswatini. I'll anchor this first episode just to get us to start talking. I'd like to get to know you guys. I know you guys, but I'd like the audience to start talking about who we're talking to. So I'll start off with you, Tamara, just to introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you so much, Mncedisi. It's a pleasure to be here today on this first podcast. I think it's an honor and a privilege for us. My name is Tamara Slinza. I work for UNFPA as a program specialist, SRHR and HIV.
Right, thank you. Thank you, Tamara. Moving on to you, then would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you so much. We appreciate this opportunity to all the efforts that have been put through to make sure that it comes to fruition. I am Condomize from the Ministry of Health. I am the family planning focal person where condoms actually gets to sit, where I coordinate the condoms in this space.
Thank you. So, just to kick it off, it's more or less trying to explain to young people what condom programming is about holistically. I mean, for young people and for the general public in Eswatini, it's to take a condom and use it. Most probably you just find it in a toilet somewhere or at an outlet anywhere. If it's sold, and you just take it and use that condom. We know there's a lot of work behind getting that condom there, and you guys are the experts in that field. So just to kickstart it and to ensure that young people understand the work behind the scene. But I'm more concerned about young people understanding the caring programmers that you guys are to get them to using condoms. So we'll start off and have a general conversation in terms of, I'll start off with you, and then just to kick us off with what does it look like in terms of condom programming in the country? Where are we? What's happening in that space?
Thank you so much. People find the condom somewhere, wherever they find it, or they demand it wherever they demand it. There's a lot that goes through from what needs to be coordinated at the national office, and then how the system has to work, because this has to be a system. With different players, actually, in different aspects of the system, which starts from just ensuring that condoms are available. That's the first part. Yeah. That's the first part. Because once they are available, then we need to create a system of making sure that they reach the end user. So for them to be available, they include a lot of processes. First of all, even before you talk about the budget, you need to know what is the population that you're trying to serve. Yeah. And then after finding the population that you need to serve in terms of size, then we've got our general issues where we estimate that out of all these recipients, how many condoms will go to each. Then you find yourself actually coming out with that estimate of the number of condoms that we need to buy, and then obviously then that translates to money. So once you have got your audience, you have got the number that you need to give to them, then we've got money to be involved. And then later on, how do then the condoms, after being procured, how do they reach the end user? All those are processes that gets into the whole process. But without wasting time or forgetting, we need to emphasize that part of our key population or key people that we want to ensure that the condom reaches them, it is the young people. For a number of reasons. I think that there are a lot of other scary issues when you go to a facility where you'll queue, get to be registered, get to be in the records. Some of the young people, they already know about the CMIS. They know if I appear on the CMIS, I've collected the condom, and there's SOTV, talking about my years, I'm supposed to be more than 18 years. So there's just a lot of fear, whereas a condom, you can pick it without us even knowing how old you are. Whereas with the other issues, when you go via the facility, that's why we part of my passion or my interest is to ensure that we have these condoms which can discreetly be disseminated to someone without even having a record that how old was the person, who took it, how many did they take, even that fear can be. They say, you are coming for the second time, you finished the other box, so here you just go there discreetly, no one knows what is happening. So there's those areas that we concentrate on, ensuring condoms are there, ensuring they reach the end user, and then obviously create some of the opportunities to engage with the young people. Where would they like to get the condoms?
Yeah. That's true. I think I like the part whereby you emphasizing engaging with the young people to understand their preferred way of receiving the service or the condoms from you guys. Tamari, let's move on to you and just maybe you tell us quickly, where do you come in? Grenada has taken us almost through the whole journey of how the condoms actually get to be on the shelf. You play a major role as UNFPA in that facilitating that to happen. What is it exactly that you come in and do?
Okay, thank you so much, Mnatisi. UNFPA is known as the Condom Agency, Condom UN Agency, where we are the ones that leads the HIV prevention element of the whole HIV response. So the way that we come in terms of ensuring that our HIV prevention programs are functioning, they are properly guided in terms of strategies and interventions, and in terms of the policy guidance, is the country able to provide the necessary guidance in terms of programming for condoms. And we come in as well in terms of ensuring that every person is able to access a condom. I think the main thing that we worry about as UNFPA is that a person is not able to get a condom whenever they need them. So one of the critical goals is for us to ensure that whenever a person is in his bedroom, needs a condom, he's able to say that, no, I have been able to go and access a condom wherever I can. So we want them to be accessible to people. So if a person comes up and say, I've not been able to get a condom, that's worry us, because as a country, we want to ensure every person is able to get a condom wherever they are. And you know that there is UNAIDS. So in terms of this division of labor, as the UN have the division of labor, and UNAIDS look at the other areas, the treatment and the other ones, and coordinating. But as we come as the HIV prevention and ensuring that especially condoms are available.
Okay. Right, thank you so much. I mean, you both talking about how it pains you if the condoms don't get to the people. Where are we as a country? Are young people accessing condoms? Are we happy with what young people are getting, as in terms of condoms? Is it freely available? Are they free? Are they able to get condoms whenever they need them?
Yes, we are not yet there. Actually, one of the things which I've always been saying when we have meetings with the technical working group is to say, looking at the dynamics of our lives. Sometimes we program for people who were living in 1970. The way we plan it. There were times where we assumed probably sex was not as easily accessible as it is probably now. So the easy access needs an easy access also to condoms. I usually make it
more sex than we thought initially.
Maybe before it was that difficult, it was that formal. Now there's just it's not even not necessarily that we talk about a bedroom. The people just need a space where they can. So then, if it happens everywhere, then condoms should be available everywhere. Yeah. I usually make an example of rented flats, these one-room flats. Yeah. You can. I usually say you can have, let's say, 15 rooms, and you expect that the people who are in these 15 rooms in one night they all slept in their rooms, and most likely one woke up from another room, and probably maybe. And I usually say also, when with the other commodities for family planning, they are different. There are some that probably you may need to put in once a month, okay, once in 3 years or whatsoever. But with a condom, you need to be using one condom per session, which then also differs because you can't keep it around sometimes because of other issues that we have. So the moment you have a need of it, that's why I think UNFPA has a passion to ensure that anytime anyone needs them, without judging them, without even prescribing how they should be getting them or how they should be getting the sex, actually, we don't want to define. As long as then it happens that someone has an opportunity to have sex, they should have a condom if they want to have it. So these examples that I'm just putting through are part of our passion, which we are not yet there, like I say, because I may not know within the young people how many actually are in those situations where they feel like where I stay, I should have been able to access it. Yeah. And they can't walk around with it.
Where are we in terms of use? I'm sure there's literature, there's studies out there, and you've measured where we are in terms of use. I mean, you can come in tomorrow just to mix is the most recent one. Well, what's it saying? Is it are we any good?
Okay, maybe like Kuneni is saying, maybe we are not there, but for me, when looking back, in maybe since 2015 or so, we have been doing well in condom programming. Yes, right. And what was happening was that at one point we're distributing over 20 million condoms.
Yeah.
That's where we are as a country. And we've seen it through the mix. I think the mix of 2010, 2014, and then the recent one.
Yeah.
Between 2010 and 2014, we've seen an increase in the number of people that were using condoms. Yeah. I think in 2010, we were around 60-something%, or even
68.
less, 68. And then we went up in 2014, which were because the interventions that we're implementing, the programs that we had at that time, were really pushing on the use of the condoms. And people were really using condoms. And I think from then on, there was this decline, which I think maybe came as a result of the COVID, I'm not sure. But there was a time when there was a decline in the usage. And currently, we are not doing well because when we look at the total number of condoms that are distributed per year, they are far much less than what we used to distribute. So in that sense, we'll say that we have sort of regressed in terms of our distribution and the use of condoms, which we need to really push on.
Is it a funding thing?
It's not a funding. I will not say it's a funding because we do have condoms. Okay. Maybe it is a bit, maybe it is a bit because I think in the recent years, there were a lot of funding in terms of promotion, distribution, ensuring that there are campaigns that we are doing. I think at that time, the condom program was really active in terms of ensuring that there is usage of condoms. And I think at that time, that's when even the art program started to come into play. And there was a lot of the test and start programs which were starting. I think there were those some programming that was, but I think we saw that decline maybe due to the COVID and also due to funding. Maybe funding, because the support toward the promotion and distribution of condoms has really gone down. Has declined.
Sad case. I mean, if the need is still there and we're not meeting need, I think as a country that should be an area of concern. So I'll just throw it out and let's talk condomize. I mean, we are on a Condomize podcast. Luckily, this platform does give us, that kind of a space to reach out and talk. But what does it mean? What, as programmers and people at the top of a condom program, what does a campaign or a strategy like Condomize mean? What is it? What do we aim to do with it? And are we seeing impact? And how best can we, inject some energy behind it for us to be able to reach more young people, particularly? So
I think Tamara will add. I think one of the very key reasons of having condomize is to remove the stigma from someone carrying a condom.
Yeah.
That's and to me that's very important, because as long as we have a stigma attached, you won't feel free. I think there are a lot of stories that I've heard when I interact with people, including one health worker actually who said one time he was on his way to wherever he was going to use the condom, so he didn't have the condom. He went through another health center that was open during the night, and then when he went there, asked for the condoms. The people started talking. And I thought, but why are we keeping the condoms then if you have a problem when we come and pick them? Because you kept the condoms because we need to use them. We need to use them. So those are some of. So with Condomize, we are trying to remove the stigma and all the activities that are involved. I think all the minor things, or they may look minor, but they have a very effect in making sure that people are around about handling condoms. Just touching it, that's the first part. Because people will want to be dissociated from condoms, whereas any other, probably, let's say, commodity that actually is used to counteract any sexual aspect, then that one you're comfortable with, but the condom tends to have its stigma as compared to all the. So that's one thing that I really appreciate. Not just being there to distribute, but if you're distributing something that I'm still afraid of, you will give me, I'll drop it the moment. The moment you.
So if sort of closes that gap towards use,
exactly.
Not just getting the condom.
Yes, exactly. Because most of the time in condomized space, we are not like a condo pen. We are interactive.
Yeah.
We will be able to respond to whatsoever concern we have, whatsoever information. It's a very good campaign in terms of condom promotion, more especially to the young people. So that's why, as a programmer in condom, I feel like it's one of the elements which we really appreciate in terms of the input that it has in terms of the use.
Right, Tamara, you want to add something about condom?
Yes.
I know.
I will add, yes. Okay, like Mtuneni is saying, it's about removing the stigma, destigmatizing the use of a condom, and even carrying it, like he's saying. Yeah. But above all, I think the Condomize is trying to tell the population out there that you can have fun, even when having sex, even using a condom. Yeah. People take using a condom like it's a stressful thing. It's something that's removing the fun from you, like not enjoying the sex. Yeah. So what we are saying about the Condomize is like you can still enjoy your sex. You can still have fun with your sex by using those safer sex supplies that we are showcasing during the Condomize. And I think also that we try to improve on is the knowledge, like Mtunani is saying, the knowledge, because what we realized was that people don't know about how to use a condom. We assume that they know, but they actually don't know. I think at some point, when we're doing the campaign, and there was one person who was putting the condoms inside out. They will take the condom, try to use, but they will not put it the way that is supposed to be, rolling it on the reverse side. And at that time, and at that moment, it means it won't be effective. And then you will come back and say, no, condoms don't work. They break and so on.
I just want to come in on that, especially about the use, because I think my years of experience in the condom space myself, I've actually observed that there's not one condom demonstration session I've ever witnessed that went right completely from start to finish, without saying, without correcting something. And usually it's all about getting the tip of the penis right. To take out bubbles and things like that. You find people making a lot of mistakes and then coming up and telling us condoms are breaking. So I just want to emphasize on that. That's one huge challenge.
Yes, and also what we try to do in the condom is that there is no one type of condom.
Yeah.
There are a variety.
Yeah.
They are scented, they are flavored, they are hot and cold condoms that you can use. They warm you up, and there are even enhancers that can make the session through the vibrating
Studded.
the studded. It's just we are just saying with the condomize, don't make an excuse of not using a condom, saying that maybe this one is affecting me or giving me rash. There are a number of and variety of condoms that you can pick up. Even others, because even others that are not made of the latex. We know we have the latex, but others are made of the natural skin, and so you can use those ones if they're allergic. Even so, we are giving them an option, a wider option of the use of a condom that they can be using. Just to protect themselves.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I do hope the viewers can actually see all the types of enhancers and condoms that we have in front of us. I mean, I think those do bring flavor. And, you know, I always tell people myself about trying to to make it academic to use a condom and make it like, I have to do A, B, C, D.
It's not.
It's actually an enhancer. I do know in following sessions episodes and on this podcast, we'll get to break it down on how all of these are supposed to work in actual things. But for us today, I mean, really, we were just laying ground, and I think we've covered quite a lot in terms of saying what does the picture, the bigger picture look like. I mean, but that doesn't take away my question, the last question, because it's a concern. I think we colleagues, and we all know we share the same sentiments. Where are we going with fixing this one gap we have around meeting our demand, around the supply, and around where we're going, what avenue, what hope can we have? I mean, we did get a few sort of, when you go to communities, you do get some few feedback around saying, you know, we're struggling to get condoms. And it's not a matter of, it's a matter of preference from young people, how we would like to receive the condoms. You find that there's still gaps around that, and maybe it's a supply thing. As a part of questions, just to wrap it all up, we need to see and hear that bigger picture on how we are addressing that part.
Thank you so much. There's a lot that's going on. Actually, even today, we're doing a validation of the multi-stakeholder approach, because that's another area that we missed, the one that is led by nature. It has to still work like that, even when it's now distribution of condoms. The multi-stakeholder approach, it shouldn't be just like one route, because there are many players that are on the ground, and there are many opportunities probably that are even missed, where people interact with the same audience. They have come for another service. They are still in the HIV prevention, but they are talking about only one part of the HIV prevention. So, and also, actually, they are missing this important part of the HIV prevention. So we are just from there, we're validating the new framework, which then will give birth, because I think we know sometimes when something was constructed or built, when you are not there, you fail to pick your area where you're supposed to concentrate on. Then whereas when something, actually you were there when it was initiated, the moment you say where whatsoever, the one we've been given, so you just go to your space and say, I want to make sure mine works very well. So part of the things we were saying there, I think which had actually worked against us, was the issue of using, probably pushing one arm, or like for example PrEP without a condom. At least when VMMC was introduced, we had to ensure that VMMC goes with the condom. So these are some of the opportunities which we have been missing. And then what we have done as a program, in terms of the procurement, hoping the plan will go through. Part of the plan, we actually submit our plan this month, which is working towards the budget, the national budget. So the government actually will need to start, because the funds are already there in the budget, to start to procure on top of the ones that we have, to procure 25% of the ones that we've already been buying. Then we'll keep on increasing the amount until we ensure that actually most of the condoms are bought by the government, because there we can actually be responsive to buy the ones actually that are being preferred by all the different audiences that we want to supply, and as well with assistance, because fortunately UNFPA will still be there, because UNFPA actually is now our third-party procurer. So even when we're buying those condoms, we're still going to go via UNFPA and give them the money and ask them to go buy the condoms. So that is a way forward in terms of assisting. Then in terms of distribution, like I say, it's to ensure that all these people that are involved, who call themselves in HIV prevention, whether it's people living with HIV, whether it's people persons with disability, as they are grouped in those groupings, they should ensure that within the audiences that they are servicing, how do they ensure that a condom actually is part of the things they go with? Even if they're going, actually I like the conversation there was to influence even the traditional meetings, to influence even if it's faith-based meetings, to ensure that in all those spaces, we through the whole idea of condomize, we remove the stigma. Because, people will now being forced to tell us that, oh, I've got a partner who's positive, that's why I have a condom. Because I made an example, I said, the stigma, if a pastor were removing, let's say, a handkerchief, and then a condom drops down.
Yeah, that pastor will be in trouble.
Without saying my wife is positive, I'm trying to protect myself, because then that's not information that they need to declare. So we want to remove all that. So if anyone who interacted, we know there are a lot of players who are in the space dealing with the young people, which we're actually focusing at this moment, to ensure that anyone who deals with the young people, whether they're giving them food, that whatsoever they're giving them, they should ensure that they also distribute a condom. Because we feel like there are missed opportunities. It's not like there are no people there. There are missed opportunities, and then also involving the young people as champions as well, involving them as also distributors. And then I like how actually Flask does it, because they do have those ambassadors and also other organizations that they have ambassadors. So that I can get from my peer, and my peer will know how the other peers want to get the condom from them. If they don't want to be seen by them, then they will tell them, okay, this is how we want to get the condom. So this is just a game changer that we want to focus on. And so condoms are there. When they are there now, because through the 25% increase on top of the amount that is being bought, then the issue now will be distribution. So to ensure that we like actually also the partners that are on the ground who are volunteering to say, you can use our space, use us even as intermediary distributor, which Flash actually has come out to say, how can we assist other organizations, because we do have space on how we can get the condoms to our warehouse and then have others come in, because those are some of the hindrances that you find that they are there while actually our central medical stores is undergoing a change, because we are not yet sure of the direction that it's going to take, but we hope for a positive one where they will be able to sort of distribute the condoms even as an entity, versus now when they only distribute it to health facilities. Yeah. So there's a hope on but why we want to use those who are already there. Yeah, ensure that if you are dealing with human beings, because condoms are used by human beings anyway. So if you're dealing with human beings, ensure that you have condoms wherever they are. When you meet them, make sure you have a condom available.
Yeah, to our viewers, I think in a nutshell, we'll get condoms. We'll get condoms.
Definitely. Yes, I just want to add on what Zinani is saying. Currently, we're reviewing our national condom strategy. And one of the elements that we're putting into that was for our condom program to be people-centered. UNFPA is implementing a new model where we are saying there's this new condom generation programming that we want to bring on board into countries, which really seek to ensure that it's people-centered. Sometimes we have done programming and not being people-focused. And in terms of the people-centered, we are saying we need to understand as countries who needs a condom. Address the 5 W's, the why, the where, the what, and the how. And ensure that we know about their needs. We know what kind of condom they want. We know what competencies and choice do they need the condoms to be like. So that's the first thing in terms of the people-centered. Then the second thing is how easily accessible are they to them? Are they able to access them? So this strategy, we're coming to come up with strategies to ensure that that access element is consistent. They are able to access whenever they want. That last mile distribution is actually happening. And when you go to a community, you'll be able to say, I'm in Ezindwendweni or I'm in Elushikshini. I am able to access a condom, which is what we are trying to move forward to. And also we have seen that there are inequities that are happening. There are people who are able to access more than others. So we are trying to have that balance to say, let's be people-centered and know key populations, how do they want their condoms? Where are they? Trying to map up the hotspots. I think as the country, we know there are hotspots that are there where people regularly need condom, but you find that the supply is not there. I think one of the things is for us to strengthen that weaknesses and ensure that the beneficiaries are able to get. And also their beneficiary engagement. I think Punani highlighted some. We need to engage with them. In this new strategy, which we are implementing until 2030, we are hoping that by 2030, no one will say, I can't access a condom, I don't have a condom. And when we want even people to know, maybe to come even online and say, I need a condom, I'm here at Flats, or I'm around Courts Valley, where can I get a condom? Have something that is digital, and they can go to their cell phone and say, I need a condom, I'm here. I have my girlfriend here, we are born, yes, condom finder kind of thing. Where can I get a condom? So that's where we are trying to look. And also in terms of the skills of correctly and consistently using a condom. I think our data has really gone down in terms of that, and we want to enhance those skills. Yeah. And what we see in our data is that women especially are not so much into condoms. We have seen a decline among the women, which were not even so doing well as well. So it's a plus. So I think one of the things is to enhance the skills and knowledge on how to use the condom. I think that the strategy that we're coming up will bring that that change that we want to see and that boost that we need as a condom program. I think that's what I wanted to add. Yeah.
Very, very interesting. I mean, the new approach of making it people-centered is sort of correcting some gaps that were there already on the ground when you look at it. I mean, it's so interesting to find that out that there is some progress that's being done behind the scenes to get our condom program to the level that we all would like to be. I mean, we acknowledge a lot of work has been done, but I think the outlook towards the future is kind of more interesting for people to know and to understand that we still want people to utilize condoms the way that they are intended for. Yeah. And we do understand that there are lots of commodities in the market right now. Yeah, exactly. And which are competing in a way, but we still emphasize that using condoms. I mean, it's triple protection. Those are the ones that are also. I mean, I think with that, colleagues, we can pen it off. We can close it off. I think this has been a fruitful discussion. I think this lays ground for young people to move on from here and tackle other issues.
Yes, and just to encourage these young people, our young people, we love them so much. And when we love them so much, we don't want them to be stressed about their sexual, their sexual lives and so on. So once you use a condom, we're pleading with them, let them use condoms. They will avoid STIs, HIV, and also pregnancies. Now teenage pregnancy is very high. And with a condom, we can all prevent those three things that are really affecting our country. So young people should try and use condom always and consistently, correctly.
Yes. I wouldn't have overemphasized that. I mean, we're seeing so much teenage pregnancies. So it's something else.
I think what is also going to be key is always for them to always give us the feedback. We really need that because you know sometimes you can get something today, but even in 2 weeks' time you find that we've realized. So the continuous feedback to understand how can we improve When now do you want to find them, these condoms? How do you want to get them? Those are the things we are requesting. Whether it's through an entity or through clubs or whatsoever that is there, just for us at least to get the information so that we can plan and actually rectify wherever we are not doing much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. Thanks for honoring, and I think it's a great first episode of Condomize Podcast. I think audiences can join in the next episode.